The Age of Absolutism is a time, usually described as being from the 1600s to the 1800s, where absolute monarchs managed to attain vast amounts of wealth and power for themselves. Eventually this era came to an end when monarchs became less powerful, sometimes through means of violence. The Second Age of Absolutism, as I like to call it, took place around World War II in an age of fascism and through the span of the Cold War, where communism and democracy were at odds with one another, and the both attempted to gain supremacy across the globe, often violently. Both the communists and proponents of democracy propped up brutal dictatorships in the hopes of stopping the spread of one another's ideologies. Kim Il-sung's descendants still reign supreme over North Korea thanks to the USSR and the People's Republic of China. South Vietnam went through several different governments, all seemingly equal in the art of oppressing the people, but they were all supported by the West, most notably the United States. Also, communism would not spread. Never mind that the dictators and oligarchies they supported were just as totalitarian and oppressive. The Third Age of Absolutism, as I am calling it, is the world today. And it is equally as pathetic as the last two. In the United States, the Democratic Party is labeled as communist, and the Republican Party is labeled as fascist. Never mind that neither reach the extremes the two ideologies did in the past. Yet even worse is the desire for the return of the USSR and for the return of fascist dictatorships like those of Nazi Germany under Adolf Hitler. An era of cynicism, an era of distrust of world governments and corporations, while seemingly healthy at first, has turned into downright denial of established fact. Every shred of evidence contrary to a group's beliefs is labeled as falsified. Only one side can be right. Only one ideology is true. This politician is evil and the spawn of Satan. This politician is the savior of the nation and nothing less. That kind of garbage. Oh. But you just have to do your research. This is the cry of the absolutist nowadays. The right phrase for the wrong purpose. Because if your research turns up evidence to the contrary, the sources are wrong. Nothing is true unless it supports a group's ideals. No. That's not based on facts. This obscure blog is the correct source of information. No. That's wrong. This newsletter is the real truth and nothing but the truth. But worst of all, damned you be if you think something different than both sides. Massive mainstream media sources and keyboard warriors alike will strike you down. You are an enemy to both. You are scum. This is plain and simple absolutism. And era of reactionaries as well as totalitarians. I, for one, am at a loss. I don't know what to believe. It seems to be that every fact is bought and sold by corporate interests. Every conspiracy is taken as truth. So to me, nothing is true. The truth died being crushed and buried by billions of lies. And if someone was to speak the truth, not one person would believe them. It is impossible to debate with someone who has already made up their minds. Humankind is flawed beyond belief. Our minds are easily manipulated or built to manipulate others with ease. We are monsters. We are walking, talking, embodiments of evil. Not to say we are all evil, but that we are so strangely engineered as to make it so very easy to become a pawn of evil. These are my thoughts. I shall watch as they are dissected to the core and their innards are strewn about the town square as monuments to some other ideology. Welcome, everyone, to the Third Age of Absolutism.